Unfortunately, we lost some sheep in 2020 to an extended drought. The good news was that really jump-started the need for this project, getting this funded and getting this massive guzzler. It's one of the largest ones they put in Nevada, get it underway. So it's taken us, since 2020 to actually get it in and get it done.
We're ultimately here to conserve and preserve bighorn sheep. In late 2019 going into 2020, I probably had the worst day of my career. We were flying over the Muddy Mountain Wilderness and Muddy Peak proper, over the Jerry and Safari Guzzlers, and they were dry. There was no water available. There was no less than 20 dead animals around that drinker. It was really opened my eyes that something's going to have to change if we're going to sustain bighorn sheep adjacent to the Muddy Mountain Wilderness.
While we're here in Nevada, we're actually going to be doing a guzzler system today. It's a multi-day project, just kind of transitioning everybody up on the mountain right now. Got a lot of guys here, going to do a lot of work today. Super excited.
We're in the Muddy Mountains, and we are building a 95 by 156 apron with 8 tanks, 2,300 gallons apiece, and it is going to provide water for the desert bighorn sheep.
The guzzler, or wildlife drinker, or wildlife water development, they go by many different names. It's essentially a way for us to gather environmental water, either from rain or even condensation, collect it into a single source, and then supplement natural water sources that occur in an area for wildlife to use. Bighorn sheep, especially desert bighorn sheep, they get a lot of their moisture from the food that they eat, but when the landscape is really dry and that vegetation is not able to support those populations and their water needs, they'll need to access free water.
Water is scarce in southern Nevada because we're in the middle of the Mojave Desert. Nevada is the driest state in the nation, and without water, we wouldn't be able to sustain bighorn sheep and most of our southern Nevada bighorn populations.
We put guzzlers out on the landscape in places adjacent to natural water sources like springs or seeps, where animals are able to just come in, get a drink of water, and supplement that dry creosote.
This is another sportsman-led, sportsman-funded project. We've got a lot of partners involved here, all of them hunter conservationist organizations, Wild Sheep Foundation included. This is a bit of an international project. When the Nevada Department of Wildlife let us know that they were a little short on funding, we reached out to bighorn Rifles from Spain. They helped us out with funding. Wild Sheep Foundation matched that funding. And then you've got the Pittman-Robertson match, and that's a taxation on arms and ammunition that sportsmen and recreational shooters put into the play. So there's a lot of streams flowing into this, but essentially this is how our system of conservation works, especially for game species in North America.
Guzzler Foundation has really taken the efforts this year to concentrate on the conservation efforts that are here available to us in the U.S. We've done a lot of this over in Europe, but I really wanted to concentrate on the U.S. and the big game here. And working with the Wild Sheep Foundation, we just found out that this project is really what fits the bill best for us. We're able to get some of our coworkers from Spain over here so they can put boots on the ground, get their gloves dirty, really see what goes into conservation here in the mountains.
Volunteers are vital for projects like this. The man hours that go into these projects is in the hundreds, and we don't have the manpower. We need the volunteer help to come up on the mountain and help build these projects. They are a necessity for us to build these projects.
So today, all of our project volunteers, they are here doing the hard labor. They're out in the field with our biologists trying to complete a task. And in addition to the manual labor that everyone is doing, each hour is valued at $36.36. And on top of that, the federal government, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, matches that 3-to-1. So just 1 hour of volunteer time brings in over $100 back to NDOW. And all that money goes back into the division that it was generated at. So all of the volunteer hours and all the match that is produced today will go back into our Guzzler and habitat division.
In 1984, there were 3 tags in here. Now there are 38 tags in here, and that's because of the water developments that have been put in here, plain simple.
Tell me why you're passionate about projects like this.
The reason I'm so passionate about projects like this is because it actually gives back to the community, gives back to wildlife.
Having access to water is imperative for bighorn sheep herds. Guzzlers like this help maintain populations, help keep sheep, wild sheep, where they need to be.